Woof.
Pow. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to open 20 Santa's gifts one by one on stream live, and see what we get and kind of compare that to what we think you possibly should get. So let's do this. Let's go hide these columns. Let's also hide these columns. And we're going to bring up the spreadsheet because I want to go over a little bit about what might be in, what you might see in these things, in these Santa's, just Santa's gifts, regular Santa's gifts, not the bigs, not the regular. So here, and look at it, and there it does it. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do, but it did it anyway. Okay, so this is a spreadsheet I made to track my gifts. I can do Santa gifts, I can do Santa's big gifts, I can do Santa's megas, but we're just going to focus for the sake of this on Santa's gifts. So here's what you can expect to see. Now, I've set this up for purchasing 20 of the Santa gifts at $17.99 or 4,500 dubs. That's the same price this year as it was last. 20 is where you get the biggest discount. If you bought 20 of them one by one, you're going to pay more money for them. You're going to pay $20 basically if you bought them one by one. So you don't want to do that. If you want to buy 20, get 20. So what do you expect to get? What are the drop rates and what can you get out of these? Well, here is the list right here. Here is how many you'll get if you hit that drop, if you hit it one time. Here's the drop percentage for each one of these. And then we have some other calculations, but the big thing is the ship. You have basically a 2.5% chance to drop a ship. Now, what does that mean? That means if we buy 20 containers, 20 gifts, we have roughly a point, we should expect to get 0.5 ships. So translated, it means if we bought 40 of these, if I change this number to 40, you see it now, it's 1. You would expect that we have even odds to get a ship or not to get a ship with 20 of them. That's basically what you would expect. So we'll have to see how it goes. That means we got even odds to get or not get a ship. Now, it's possible you could get 2 ships or even 3 maybe, but doubtful. All right. And the other thing to keep in mind on breaking down of this 2.5%, 2% of that chance is to get a tier 5 to 7. 0.4% is to get an 8 or a 9 tier ship, and 0.1% will be getting a tier 10 or a rare ship. That's how that works. So that's your first thing. Now, the other thing is if you take this $18 that you spend and you expect to get a half a ship, meaning you'd probably have to buy 20 of these twice to get a ship, that means you would expect to spend right at $36 to get a premium ship. Well, it's, if you spread that money out, now that's just assuming, that's not counting the other stuff you get. That's saying if I'm just buying it to get a ship, I'm spending, if I bought 40 of these, I'd have to spend $36 to buy 40 of these to, I won't say guarantee, but to be, statistically fairly certain I should get one ship, at least one ship. That's kind of how that works. Now, other things you can get 30 days of premium. There's a 1% chance to drop that. You have a 2.5% chance each to drop 3 of the blue expendable, what do you call those? The expendable bonuses. And so that's a total of 10% that you're going to hit a blue expendable bonus, 2.5 of each kind. You also have 6 signals that you can hit here with a 4% chance each. So you can get the India Delta Hill, Sierra Mike Speed, which is Sierra Mike Speed to me is the most useful because you can use it all of the time. You can use it on every ship all of the time. Victor Lima, which is the fire and flood chance improvement, into X-ray, which is the improved fire chance. X-ray Papa Una-1, which is the smoke improvement, and Sierra Bravo, which is the hydro improvement. Those two, in my opinion, are the least useful, smoke and hydro. But yeah, so that's a total of 24% chance that you'll hit a signal, what that means. 5% chance to hit 500 dubs. You have a 5% chance each to hit the green expendable bonuses, which are a little not quite as good as the blue. Obviously, blue is what we always want, but you've got 5% chance to hit each one of those, so that's 20% total chance you're going to hit a green bonus. You have a 5% chance to hit 5 camos. You have a 5.5% chance to hit a port slot, which I hit a port slot on this account earlier this morning on my daily. I got one of the Santa's gifts in daily and hit a port slot. That is super needed for newer players or players that are, that are, maybe you've been around a little while, but you're still grinding a lot of ship lines. That's really needed, those port slots. You've got a 7% chance to hit 2,500 coal, a 10% chance to hit Elite Commander, and a 10% chance to hit 400,000 credits. And I didn't mention that's 20,000 Elite Commander, 10% for 400,000 credits. So that's what we can expect drop percentage wise. Out of 20 of these, that means we get 20 of these. This column shows you what we could expect statistically to hit. A half a ship, not much chance of hitting premium. A chance, about even odds to hit or not to hit these blue areas. If you added them together at 10%, you'd expect to hit one of these four. Same thing here. Here's 24%. So, you would expect to hit 2 or 3 of these. You'd expect to hit dubs one time. You would expect to hit each of these green expendables once each, theoretically. We know that doesn't work that way in the realm of chances and statistics, but theoretically, if you perfectly hit everything, you'd hit one of each of these. Same thing with the New Year's Sky camo. More or less the same with the port slot. You got a 5.5% chance of hitting one, so good chance you may hit one. You have a chance to hit the coal, definitely at least once, and then you have a good chance of hitting Elite Commander credits twice each. So that's how all this works. This spreadsheet right here, I actually have a sanitized version, basically with no data in it, that I have put out on the Tater Dawg, a link for it out on the Tater Dawg Discord. There's a link to a folder that I have in Google Docs that has a couple useful spreadsheets in it, and this is one of them that you can get and use if you want to track the how much you're getting and the published rates. We'll go over that after we open the gifts, but let's start opening the gifts. I'll record them as we do it, and we'll see what we get. Let's get our chat window up. That's nice. Beefall got a couple port slots. Hey, port slots are, like I say, port slots are great. If you're a newer player, or you're a what I'd call a median player, that you've been around a while, but you still got a ton of ship lines that you want to grind. Yeah, it's very useful. Because those port slots cost what, 200 or 300 doubloons a piece or more, unless you catch them on sale. So yeah. So let's start out. We're going to open container number. Oh, I hate it when it does that. Okay. We're going to start out and open container number 1. I will make sure I'm hitting open container and not open all. So let's start out. See what we get. All right. We start out with coal. 2,500 coal. Can't complain about that. That's a good hit. All right, container number 2. Look at this. We hit coal again. Well, there's our two. There, we would have expected 1.4 coal hits. We've already hit 2. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. Totally forgot to mention this. Let me see if I can get. I think I have to restart my. Remote control now that I had to do all this finagling. So let's restart it and see if it works now. Well, no, now it's. Oh, I know why it's not working. But anyway, yeah. I do know exactly why it's not working. So let me try something. Bear with me a second.
Science!
That's why we're doing it right there. Right there. We're doing it. We're doing it for, why are we doing this?
Science!
That's exactly why we're doing this, for science. So there we go. Let's go to container number 3. Container number 3 of Santa's, regular Santa's gifts. We get coal. What is up with this? That's 3 coal hits in a row. Now, I'm not complaining. I need coal on this count because if I can get enough, I'll be able to get like a tier 9 ship, which is what I'll do. If I don't get enough, I mentioned this earlier today, if I can't get enough coal to get reasonably close where I can get to one soon, then I'll probably buy the Duke of York and use some leftovers to get, I think I've got one of the 35,000 coal commanders that I don't have yet. I'll probably do that with it. But heck yeah. I wonder what would happen if we opened these up and hit coal 20 times. Should I be pissed at that if that was to happen? All right, let's open container 4. Okay. Now and look at this, 30 days of premium. There's only a 1% chance to hit this. I should have to open 100 containers to give myself, odds that I should hit this one time. So, okay, this is turning into an interesting experience so far. I think we're kind of out of the norm already. So let's keep going. Container number 5. Okay, we hit 25 of the Sierra mics. If I'm going to hit a signal, that's one of my favorite ones to hit. So we'll take that. Container number 6. We've got 12 of the green free XP expendable bonuses. Okay. Container number 7. Man, I wish I could have hit 3 ships off the bat like we did with the coal. Wouldn't that have been awesome? That would have been fantastic. All right, look at this. We got 12 more of the green free XP. Very interesting. Very interesting. On to number 8. Okay, 400,000 credits. No complaints there. But this is showing you the randomness of randomness, basically, unless something's bugged here. So this is container 9. We hit 25 of the Sierra Bravos. One of the probably the least useful of the signals that are on here. The smoke one is almost the least useful, but this one is the least. The smoke it has a couple type ships that you do want to use it on. So yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. Wait a minute. Okay, and now on to container number 10. Yeah, it is weird, isn't it, Bogey One? It's weird. All right. 25 India X-rays. India X-ray, that's the fire chance. I mean, that's here or there. Those are fine. They're useful. There are others I'd rather have, though. And I have now hit signals 3 times. And what did I say? You got like a 24% chance. So yeah, you could expect to hit them 4 to 5 times. So that's not uncommon. Container number 11. $25 of the Victor Limas. Okay, it's interesting that we're hitting all of the signals in a row. That's very interesting. Okay, next up. Number 12. Oh boy, my favorite. 5 camos. So, let me show you what these are useful for. Let me show you what these are useful for. You go right over here to your inventory and you find those 5 camos. Here they are. You hit the sell button. You put in the number 5. You sell this for $225,000. That's a little bit more than half of what you get if I hit credit, if I would have hit a credits drop. So to me, it's like hitting a half a credit drop. So that's exactly what we do. We sell those, we take the profit. Because they don't do anything else other than look pretty, and if they're expendable, no. If they're permanent camo, that's okay. I wish we could get a chance to drop perma camos. That would be kind of cool. But hey. Okay, what happened there? Let's try that again. Okay, on to container 13. Lucky 13, right? Port slot. I love this graphic for the port slot. That is one of my favorite graphics. That it's a little, like the 3D anchor. Instead of having this yucky old blue picture, it's this awesome 3D anchor propped up on a base. That's fantastic. That's pretty cool. So we hit a port slot, and we are not crying about that because we can use them. Container number 14. Another port slot. Interesting that we're doubling up like this. Very interesting. Next up, container number 15. Okay. See, now something is a little wonky now. That's 3 times, or that's twice now that we've hit 3 in a row of the same thing, which, you know what I'm saying? That's a little odd. Let's go on to container 16. All right, we have 400,000 credits. Somewhere here along the line. Okay, no, I'm good. So that's container 16. We're on to container 17. I thought I had missed one, but I didn't. Yeah, if you're going to do that, if you're going to drop 3 in a row like that, do it with ships. 12 more of the green free XP. That makes 3 of those that we've hit. So see, this is a little wonky here. It's Wonky Wednesday, so what else would you expect? And like I say, I'm not really expecting a ship out of these. It could happen, but it's, like I say, it's about even odds whether you get one or don't get one, roughly. So, yeah. Look at this. 12 more of the free XP, green free XP bonuses. So we've now hit 4 of those when normally you'd expect to hit 1. Interesting. Very interesting. We're down to our last 2 containers. Number 19. Another port slot. All right, it's only fitting that we should make it even now. We should hit coal on our last drop so we can have 4 of those as well. So it's only fitting that we should drop coal here. Number 20. No. Oh, but look what it is. It's more free XP bonuses. What? Wow, would you look at that? Now, whenever I bought these, I was tempted to buy 40 to make sure that would have a good chance to get a ship, but it obviously wasn't practical. I just wanted to buy 20 to open on stream. Typically, I would never buy these. I would either buy the big gifts or the megas if I was buying 20 and was wanting to get ships. That's what I would be buying. But yeah, so okay, let's take a look here and see what we did. I want to bring the spreadsheet back over. Man, this is crazy. So here's the spreadsheet. Let's see if we can move this over a tad. There we go. So let's see what we got. We hit premium day. We hit 30 premium days. Well, we did really well on that because we only had a 1% chance to hit that. Instead, it became a 5% chance. We hit it. We hit 4 of the signals, and that's about right. 24%, 4 to 5 of those in total is what you'd expect to hit. We hit one each of 4 of them. But here's where it was kind of wonky. We hit 5 of these green free XP bonuses. We would normally expect to hit, since these are 5% each, 20%, we would expect to hit a total of 4. So a total of 5 of these is not out of the question overall, but we hit 5 of the same one. 5 of something that should have a 5% chance, and we hit it at a 25% chance clip. Very interesting. We hit the camos 1 time, which again you would expect. We hit port slots 4 times. Again, port slots we would have expected to hit 1.1, or just basically 1. But we hit it 4 times. That's interesting. And we started off the night by hitting coal 3 times in a row in the first 3 boxes. Why couldn't we have hit 3 boxes in a row like that? That's kind of weird. But in any case, I'll take the port slots. We can use them severely on this account. And lastly, we hit credits twice. So there you go. That's, again, if something says you would expect to hit it twice and you hit it 3 times, or you expect to hit it once and you hit it 2 or even 3 times, that's not out of the realm of statistical possibility. This 4 on the port slot and 5 on the green free XPs are a little bit out there, but yeah. And see, I don't know how the algorithm is set up. I don't know if the algorithm says, all right, you got a 24% chance of hitting greens, and then if you hit greens, you got a 25% chance each. I suspect it shouldn't. It should just say, it's like getting a Dungeons and Dragons die roll of 1 to 100, and you should hit whatever range this is in. So if this one is 81 to 85, then that's what you get. If this one is 76 to 80, you get the idea. But yeah, well, let's look real quick at what we've done so far this year, including these 20 we just got. Over all my accounts, all the different stuff that's come in, we've opened a total of 87 different regular Santa's gifts, which is an okay statistical sample. Not huge, but it's okay. But to give you an idea, if you look at my drop rate versus the published, here's the column to look at right here is above it, the percentage we're above and below. If you see something like, oh, I'm 8% below, well, whoop-de-doo. A 2.3% ship drop rate against a 2.5, that's actually really good. But then you see 129%. So I've hit the day's premium a bunch of times. I've hit it, how many times have I hit? I've hit it twice overall out of 87 when you'd expect to hit it once. So yeah, I've hit more than double what I should. I'm lagging behind on some of the blue commander stuff. We're a little above on this, a little below. Nothing way out of the ordinary. Everything plus or minus, you know, a few percent to 50%. Not anything big. We're a little bit above now on the green free XPs. We're sitting at 9% versus 5%, so that's a little much. Port slots is also a little bit much. We're sitting at 108%. So, you know, at 87, you would expect to see, what, 4 of these or something, and we've got 10. So, yeah. So, overall, you know, it seems that we're hitting pretty well within the drop rate. So, no over complaints. It's just this particular container was a little bit wonky. It's always your mileage may vary. If you buy 20 of these, this is not exactly what you're going to get. You may get none of some of these that I got 3 or 4 or 5 of. You might get none of them. But, you know, just some things to think about. If you group some of these together, you know, you group the blue credits together, you should probably hit these twice. You group these together, you should probably hit these 4 or 5 times. You group the green credits together, you should probably hit those about 4 times. That type thing. That's what you should expect in general, but take it all with a grain of salt. Don't get mad. Just find some way to get even if you can. So that's it. We've opened up our 20 Santa's Bigs. And why did we open up the Santa's Bigs? Here's why we opened up the Santa's Bigs. For what?
Science.
Exactly. For science. All right. That's it. Let's get out here and play some World of Warships now, finally. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see notifications of future videos, just ring the bell. Until next time, Tater Dawg says, woof.